Hello. So I realized that I have some older recordings from games that I could have sworn I deleted the recordings of. I'm not entirely sure what all of these are, so they'll probably be used as like scrap footage for something else. But it's super early in the morning. I'm really just making this video to give a bunch of updates. It's been a pretty long time since I've uploaded to my channel, or I guess like actually uploaded, where like I'm putting out more than just like recordings of basically live streams and whatnot. Um, so I'm just gonna, catch you up to speed if you were curious. So for starters, and this was one of the reasons why I decided to do it, was that I know that there are some people who like to hear me talk, right? Whether it's because you feel like I'm making valid points, or it's because you feel like I'm entertaining, or it's because maybe you just like listening to me in your pastime or while you are sleeping or something of that sort. Whatever the case may be, um, it's it comes down to some people have told me they just like to see my videos or hear my videos, and because of that, I was like, well, you know what? I should, do something for the people who actually want to hear me talk. I don't know how many people are going back and actually like rewatching whatever it is I have like created or playing it like late at night or whatever the case may be, right? So what I've been doing is I've actually been recording videos for my other channel, which is like my actual gaming channel. Some time ago, I talked about how I wanted to make like an actual change to everything. I wanted to have a channel for like the artwork and art based projects that includes like music, animation, so on and so forth. I wanted to have a channel for just kind of like the extra shorts and funnier clips that um, I thought were pretty entertaining that I would have had saved. I wanted to have a channel for actual gameplay, and I also wanted a channel that was kind of a mix of everything. Just a channel where I could upload me talking, complaining, goofing off, showing how to do tutorials, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. And this channel, which was one of my first actual channels, um, like essentially my main channel, was going to have all the uploads of all my other stuff plus the extra stuff added onto it. But I figured I should keep the older videos that I have on here, or at least the ones that like I actually want to make viewable on here. And that way, if there are older videos that I guess you might have liked, they'll still be here. Because I know there were some things I did for like school projects and whatnot as well. But outside of that, um, everything else will be distributed through the other channels. And I already have channels that are like preset and set up because they haven't had a whole bunch of work on them. I don't think YouTube sees them as like actual channels quite yet. I've put them in like my profile. That way, whenever you come to my YouTube channel, you can actually see my like related, recommended, whatever channels. Um, I've also talked about some of those channels as well. I've showed the names and their profile pictures and whatnot in case you ever wanted to visit them. It's been some time and I haven't really been uploading to everything as much as like what I used to do back when I was in school. And so I figured I would spin this video essentially not necessarily like trying to give you, I guess, an excuse as to what what I like, why I haven't been uploading as much, but to just clear the air about a lot of stuff lately, right? Because I have been gone for a minute, and so to anybody who's been concerned or curious, this is why. And so I'm going to get into that now. This actual recording is like, it said it was like 23 minutes long. Um, Hopefully, I don't use the entirety of 23 minutes to yap, even though we all know I could. Um, I'm gonna try to keep everything in a pretty decent pace. I'm also playing a game, so if I seem a little like distracted, that is probably why. It's not the game that you're seeing on screen. It's a completely different game. The game that you're seeing on screen is just footage. So yeah, let's get into it. So where have I been? Essentially, I went back to school. I decided to finish out like my last major that I ended up like stopping midway in around the time that like I was first really starting YouTube or so, maybe even before then. Um, and I just planned to get that done. While going back to school, things did not turn out the way that I thought they would. Um, I had a lot of excess issues that if I do yap about it, it'll probably be on this channel. So I guess expect potentially less funny moments from games on this channel and more of just me talking like it's a podcast, right? If you want the actual gaming content, I'll put a link to it in the description for that channel. I'll put a picture up with the profile name on screen. I'll keep it on my actual channel. That way it'll be like recommended channels at like the way bottom or wherever it is YouTube decides to keep it. And if you really want to see like the content where I'm like playing games and joking around with friends and having fun and stuff, it'll be over there, right? I want to do like a big shift in tone and like change a lot of the stuff about everything that's been going on just because I'm making a shift towards everything else. So that's why. Um, yeah, so I went back to school. Uh, some things hit the fan. They did not work out. I'm going to another university now, and that other university doesn't really open up for um, like a new semester until like May. Right now it's March. So I've got about a month and a half to get everything in order before I officially start going to that university. So that is how my like educational life has been. Outside of that, work, I've had like 3 or 4 different jobs during all of this time, um, trying to find things that work with my school hours, but are not, so mind numbingly dull that I want to blow my brains out. So, yeah, because of that, I've been kind of all around and in between when it comes to, you know, having time to do much of anything because I was juggling all of that stuff. I would still find time to play games, but the drive to actually get them on recording and edit them and post them somewhere just it was just like I lost it all, right? I no longer wanted to create content half the time. Believe it or not, I didn't even want to play games. So there was a time where I just wasn't even gaming. And it just kind of became this thing where I was sitting around essentially doing nothing, or at least that's what it felt like. It felt like I was at a rut and I had no idea where I wanted to go, like in life in general, right? So it took some time to really just stop and figure out like what it is I actually want to be doing with my time. Um, so that was like work and school, like a mix of that. Uh, After, or I guess besides all of that, there's also social life. So I ended up getting into a few relationships throughout all of this time as well. Things got all rocky and crazy, and now I'm here. Yeah, now I'm here. Some of my exes were telling me that they wanted to hear my voice, they wanted to listen to whatever it was I had to say, and even if we weren't like physically talking or talking on the phone or whatever, they thought it would be nice to, at the very least, hear what's been going on with me and like hear that I'm okay, etc. So that'll that is also why even from like a year or so ago, I was deciding to make this channel more of like a podcast kind of channel. I've actually got a bunch of reasons why, but now with everything that's finally catching up to me, I've got a little bit more time to think and plan and work on the things that I actually want to do. So that's what's coming. Um, yeah, that's been my school life. That's been my work life. That's been my love life. Um, I suppose it's time to cover like the where have you been? Why haven't you been, uploading and whatnot? Like I said, I genuinely just like lost the drive to do much of anything, to do art, to do music, to create content, to go out and hang out, to live life. I was just burnt out, man. There was some stuff going on with family that I'm sure I'll end up talking about um, on this channel eventually. That just kind of kept me from doing pretty much of anything I wanted to do outside of family. There was some stuff where I was actually just living life and spending time in relationships, and it kept me from really just being at home, which means that, in terms of recording and having a setup, it just wasn't going to work, right? I didn't have the time, I didn't have the equipment, so I just wasn't doing it. Um, and then there were times where I just, like I said, was just burnt out, whether it was coming home from work late or coming home from work tired, like dead tired, like come home, lay down in a bed, and just die. Which, yeah, it did happen a good bit of times, and I'm sure I'm sure I'm going to talk about that here as well. Not in this video, but on this channel. So that's kind of like the bigger updates, right? I do, for the most part, have a channel for like a bunch of the extra stuff that I listed earlier. They're kind of, I don't want to say dead channels, but they don't really have much of anything on them quite yet because I haven't buckled down to start creating the extra stuff that I want to put on there quite yet. This is not to say that like, oh, I'm coming back and I'm gonna be a full time content creator. Like, no. Uh, if I was actually bringing in decent income from it, then yeah, sure, right? But I'm not. I'm like a essentially a college student who's working practically part time whenever he's in classes and then full time whenever he's not. And all while this is going on, I'm just trying to have a life. My birthday is around the corner, by the way. So, yippee. I will be, yeah, just covering all of that stuff, but hopefully that gives like a pretty decent idea of what's been going on, what I plan on doing, and just keeping anybody who cares in the loop. I guess that's it. Oh, well, there is like one extra thing. Content. Where's the content? Are you gonna be uploading anything? Where's the videos, man? We're crack addicts, we're fiends. We need what it is you upload. Hey, I got you. You see this right here? I can't see it because you're gonna see it in editing. But you see this right here? Yeah, this is everything I've uploaded in like a day. Right? I recorded some stuff probably like last week, week before last. I'm still actively editing these footages and uploading them to YouTube, and there will probably be a good chunk more because I need to get this stuff off my computer. And instead of being like, oh, I'm in a rush, I need to clean my computer off and just upload whatever, now it's a little bit more of, I'll take a little bit of extra time just to make sure this and this look okay, and this is, fitting whatever it is I needed to do, and blah 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 blah, and get it like that. Okay, so yeah. With that being said, hopefully, this clears up a lot of stuff. This gives people who've been searching for content, searching for me to be playing games. Hopefully, this gives them some stuff to watch. I'm not saying it's going to be interesting. I never said I made great content. I just said I made content. You know what I'm saying? So oh man, yeah. So that's it. To those who plan on watching or sticking around to watch or tuning in, whatever the case may be, hopefully you enjoy whatever it is I'm putting out. To those of you who have gone and may or may not be coming back, regardless, I still hope you enjoy whatever it is I put out. Um, yeah, it's been a long time, and I don't want to say I'm back because technically I never left. I just stopped posting. Had to take a break from social media for a hot minute. And don't worry, the yapping is coming back, I'm sure. So yeah, peace, or should I say, eat my balls? I don't know what works anymore. Bye.